Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Vince, and joining me today for a conversation about what it's like to be a restaurateur is the owner of Del's Kitchen, the executive chef, the head chef, the man who puts the D-E-L in delicious, none other than Delveto Williams, my brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for stopping by.
Thank you.
We are going to make ourselves some lunch, some soul rolls, a fantastic leftover makeover recipe, and we just sit down and talk about a day in our life.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's good.
Let's get into it.
Do it.
All right, so we are going to get into these soul rolls.
Yes.
So we have all of our ingredients. We got our egg roll wrappers, some collard greens with smoked meat, some mac and cheese, some candied yams, and we got some little extras that we're going to throw in there. And Del was so kind to bring these ingredients for us. So we've eaten at Del's Kitchen, so we already know it's going to be good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So we're just going to start. You can start with the mac and cheese. I'm going to start with this. So we're just going to fill. So for my sweet potato soul roll, I'm going to add a little extra to it. I'm going to add some raisins and some chopped pecans, or however you want to pronounce it. All right. Yeah, so I'm just going to add mine in there like that. I could be using a spoon, but it's all right.
Right.
So let me ask you, bro, how long you been cooking? No, like not professionally, but just like how long you been cooking?
Man, I'm 24 years old. So I've been cooking since I was around 23, I would say.
Okay.
You know, fiddling around, feeding myself.
I forgot one thing. Grab me that bowl with that egg in it. Fiddling around, feeding yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Being on my own, I had to feed myself.
Like, what's your earliest like food memory? What's the first thing you remember about food?
Growing up, you know, we grew up in this.
Seal it. So unroll just a little bit. Take your finger. Wrap it. There we go. We grew up.
It was a million of us, so having mom trying to cook everything for not only us, but the neighborhood, just helping in the kitchen. So that was my first, I think my real experience is in learning how to cook and seeing things done, you know.
What's the first thing you remember making? Like for yourself, or just the first thing you remember making?
Frying some chicken.
Frying some chicken?
Man, I fried some whole wings.
The whole wing, not the drumettes.
See, drumettes wasn't the thing back then. It was the whole wing. So I had some whole wings, some legs. I had a friend coming over. You know, as a young man, you want to cook to impress.
you want to cook for the ladies. They love that.
Right. So, you know, I called my mom, making sure I cook it right, making sure it wasn't burnt or raw in the middle. So, made some chicken. Did the box macaroni and cheese.
Oh man, you was doing it.
Yes, I was. And I did some canned green beans, doctored it up, put some onions and peppers in it.
Okay.
And when she came over, laid it on the floor. They had no table in my house. And we just began to eat.
Did she like it?
She loved it.
Okay. So you found her way to her heart through her stomach?
Through her stomach. That was one of my my little sayings of when I got started with Del's Kitchen.
Okay.
That I just love to find people's love through their stomach. And giving them a meal that'll put them to sleep.
So for my mac and cheese, we're going to throw some bacon on there. We're going to up the flavor profile.
Wow,
how's that?
That's good.
So yeah, we're going to add some bacon on there. It should fry nicely. Mm-hmm. How did Del's Kitchen get started? Like, how'd you get started with that?
I used to work for a company for 15 years.
Okay.
And I got fired from the job. But in working, I did a Bible study at my home, and I used to cook every Saturday for around 3 to 4 years. So, but when I got fired, that's when Del's Kitchen was formed. You know, the real story is God said something to me. I never thought I would own a restaurant or I'll be cooking professionally, getting paid for it.
Okay.
So it started out my kitchen.
So you're selling plates out the kitchen.
I was selling plates out the kitchen. I was going to hair salons, barbershops, different car company dealerships, Honda, Toyota,
Okay.
one weekend. And it just moved like a fast Jackie Chan movie. And I had to get a location.
Wow. Oh, wait, hold on.
But this soul roll, listen, if you want to be at home and you ain't got nothing to do and you got food and you don't want to throw it away, this is the way to go.
It's the way to go.
A quick snack and fun. A fun food. A food that you can get,
food.
Get your family in the kitchen and y'all just have fun making soul rolls.
So we're making soul rolls. What's your specialty at the restaurant?
I started with a garlic parmesan dish. It's a garlic parmesan salmon or chicken or shrimp. It's a parmesan sauce that I created in the kitchen. Certain ingredients in it that you won't get anywhere because of what ingredients I put in it. And it's crazy. I just stumbled over it.
What do you mean you just stumbled on?
I had certain I had certain cheeses in my refrigerator, and I put them together.
Okay.
And it worked. And it worked, and it worked.
And it worked? It's still working?
And it's still working. And the fun part about it, I use one type of cheese that's difficult to find. Like here in Atlanta, I gotta go to one certain area to buy the cheese from their grocery stores. Like I can't buy it here at a Walmart here in this area. So I gotta travel almost 30 to 45 minutes to search this area for this one specific cheese. So not even in the farmer's market.
Do you consider that something that sets you apart from other restaurants?
It does.
It does?
It does.
Okay.
Big time.
All right. What's your actual, what do you say, signature, what's your actual one signature dish? The garlic parmesan?
Garlic parmesan, salmon, or shrimp over a nice garlic mashed potato.
Garlic mashed.
It does come with a side vegetable or whatever you want. My mac and cheese is an extreme signature.
Is it extreme signature?
Yeah, I can't keep it on the shelf.
Do you know what signature dish I like that's yours?
What's that?
I actually called the cops one day. Yeah, man. I had that turtle cheesecake.
What?
Criminal. It was criminal. It was criminal. It was so decadent and rich. I had a stomachache because I ate so much, but it was off the chain.
I appreciate that.
I would say that's some of the best cheesecake in Atlanta. Don't sleep on the cheesecake. I know it's a soul food restaurant. Don't sleep on the cheesecake. All right. So we're gonna throw some of these in the fryer as we keep going along. Our oil should be hot. Got a little basket fryer that Del does not know how to use.
That Del does not.
Oh, you can just sit that to the side or behind us.
I'm used to using big commercial fryers.
Let's lift the basket up, sit on the edge, and then we're gonna drop them down. So we got a good sized basket fryer. We can just sit them in there in a row and let them drop down in there. So this one, you're gonna need to roll a little tighter because it's gonna ooze out.
Yeah. Is that the yam?
Yeah. So we don't want that to come out while it's cooking. Bam, 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 bam. Yep. Should fit 5 or 6.
Nicely fit. That's good?
Oh yeah.
Now we're gonna drop this down.
We're gonna give it a few minutes. They shouldn't take long. The food is already done, and we're just gonna let that crisp up on the outside. Sit the top on there so we can hold that steam in. Yeah. All right, we're gonna keep going. If you want to lift up and turn them, like the whole basket out. Oh, and man, those look good.
Very good.
Yeah. Oh man, now we just getting started. That looks pretty good. You good. Throw that in there. And that, and drop some more in there if you don't mind, good sir. Another one. So tell me what the a day in the life is like for a chef, not a restaurant owner, but for a chef.
Just being mindful for the day of what needs to be prepared,
Okay.
or the day before, depending on the extent of the menu or dish that you're making. So it's going to the store, making sure you have your proper ingredients, being time conscious of preparing dishes. For me, I open up at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
So I'm in the kitchen sometimes 6 or 8 in the morning preparing food fresh for the customers.
Every day.
Every day. So at 11 o'clock, I'm ready to open the doors for the customers to come in and make sure I have everything available that's on the menu. So it's just going to the store, making sure everything is set to go, making sure the employee, I have one employee, which is my son, that he's prepared to go also.
Okay. Do you change your menu often, or you kind of stick with the same thing?
I stick with the same thing, but I do add a specialty item some weekends, at least twice a month.
Twice a month.
Twice a month.
Okay. All right, we are going to finish up on these soul rolls, and we're going to come back and continue this conversation. All right, so we have blessed our food, but before we dig in, we are going to make ourselves some dipping sauce. So for the collard greens, we're going to use some of that pot liquor from the collard greens, add a little hot sauce to it, some crushed red pepper flakes, and that's going to be our dipping sauce for that. Let me do a white bowl so we can split it between the two. And for our yams, we're going to use some of the liquid from the yams, and we are going to add some more of those pecans to it for some crunch, and we're going to grate some fresh nutmeg onto that. So we're going to So that is our pecans and, I don't know, pralines. I don't even know what to call that, but it tastes good.
Pecan praline. Nice little sweet kick.
Yeah, nice little sweet something for it. All right, a bowl. And for that, okay. And one for you, sir. All right, let's dig in. So what do we have here? So we got that sweet potato, we got that collard greens and smoked meat, which looks amazing.
Nice.
Of course, I'm loving this mac and cheese. All right, let's dig in. Oh yes, sir.
Very good.
Very good. Oh yes, sir.
I dipped mine into the collard green pot liquor.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That is a very good combination. So, this is very tasty. And so as the owner and executive chef, you actually curate the menu, you come up with all the ideas, like what fuels your creativity for your recipes? I know you do catering and all that on the side as well. Like, how do you come up with your menu items for like what you'll have and all that?
Like things like this, and also my customers. I really listen to my customers, and if there's something that they express that they like, I surprise them. I mean, I would even shoot them a text or an email.
Okay.
A photo of what they said, and I made it.
Oh, so you'll go by that one customer. Now everybody's got to try it. It's on the menu.
Yeah, it's on the menu for either 1 or 2 days for a month.
Okay.
Per week. So I may do it on a Tuesday or a Thursday for a month, just to see how that recipe or what the customer like, how it works for everyone else, and it works. One suggestion never failed yet.
What's the one thing a customer suggested that you put on the menu that the masses liked?
One of them is jerk turkey wings.
Jerk turkey wings.
Right.
Okay.
And I did a curry turkey wing also.
And one customer said, I think you should do this.
Right.
I made it. Everybody loved it.
Everybody loved it. Because there's where my restaurant is, there's a Caribbean restaurant down the hall. So a customer came in with some Caribbean food, and it was jerk chicken.
Okay.
And I just had regular smothered turkey wings. So they mentioned, well, why don't you do some jerk turkey wings? I was like, I'll do it tomorrow. And he came back the next day. I had jerk turkey wings and curry turkey wings. And everyone likes it.
So there's a couple of restaurants right near you.
Yeah.
Do you look at them as competition, or is like, you know what, we all have our own lane, there's enough room for everybody?
Right. It's a Caribbean restaurant and a Jamaican restaurant.
Okay.
I'm considered a soul food restaurant. So there's only one other soul food restaurant in the area, and here about 2 miles away.
Okay.
So that's the only, if you want to consider competition for my lane.
Okay.
But it's Dell's Kitchen. We put the DL in delicious, so he really no competition.
There's no competition.
No competition.
Because he don't use the same cheese for his mac and cheese.
At all.
At all. It's a
And
whole
there's
different
8
thing.
different cheeses in it.
8 different. You gotta let me see that recipe.
Right. Yeah. It's nice.
So the restaurant business is definitely, that's a tough business. And a lot of restaurants fail probably in the first 5 years. Mm-hmm. So we recently went through COVID. How were you able to survive COVID and being a relatively new restaurant? Like how'd you find your way through that?
Man, one thing, even starting my restaurant, God was always involved.
Okay.
You know, because I've never saw myself having a restaurant or being considered a chef. Mm. So when the COVID hit, I was doing corporate catering, and that was a big source of income for my business.
Okay.
So when COVID hit, a lot of the businesses that I would cater to shut down and the employees went home. So that was at least almost $150,000 that got taken away like that.
Wow.
So I had to just depend on the restaurant.
Okay.
But I got involved with certain other business owners that connected me to people that I could get business loans from.
Okay.
So in that time, I got a nice business loan which sustained me. And to sustain the business, I renovated, but it also started blowing up even harder.
Okay.
Because through the catering aspect, I was reaching people that I normally won't reach in my location. So I'm in Lithonia. I was reaching people in...
That's Stonecrest now.
It's Stonecrest, right. I was reaching people in Swanee, Kennesaw, because I was going out to companies like that, like CDC, Emory Hospital, Piedmont Hospital. So, and feeding them every day for lunch, they enjoy the food. Okay. So when COVID hit, they're at home, they'll come to the restaurant. They'll drive 45 minutes to an hour just for a slice of cheesecake. But the cheesecake story, I gotta tell this cheesecake story.
Okay.
The reason the cheesecake bumped and it went like it's going is because of him.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, he told me that you should be selling these cheesecakes. I just like to cook. I'm doing it for fun. So I remember he asked me to make him a cheesecake. So he bought a whole cheesecake. We sliced it up. He took it to work, came back the next day, and handed me some money. I'm like, what's this for? He's like, oh, I sold all that cheesecake. So that's how I started selling cheesecake slices. He started selling them for me at work. So I put them in the kitchen, and
people loved it.
People loved it, and they
sold out every single time I had it.
Right,
every single time. Wow. So you said your business grew. So how did you plan for to scale? Like how did you plan to get bigger? How did you plan to grow? And is it hard keeping up with growth? Like do you plan ahead? Like what do you do to keep up with growth?
Just daily expectation. I've just envision growth.
Okay.
I expect growth and I prepare for growth. You know, if you just stay stagnant in your thinking daily and not just mentally growing, if growth do happen, it will frustrate you.
Because you won't be prepared.
You won't be prepared. You won't know how to respond to growth. And a lot of business fail. They can grow, but they don't prepare themselves for growth.
So you can grow, but if you're not maintain your consistency during the growth, it kind of feels like you fall off, and people are like, it's not like it was before.
Exactly.
I don't like this. I'm not going back there.
Exactly.
I know I could say I experienced that with quite a few restaurants. It's good initially, but they just can't maintain it.
Right. Because even in growth, you got to stay consistent.
You have to maintain your.
You got to maintain
definitely.
your food quality. You know, your customer service. Yeah. Got to be consistent. Because repeat customers bring customers to become repeat customers.
Yes. Yes. So they tell a neighbor, they tell a friend, they tell a friend, they tell a friend. Word of mouth is the best advertising.
Right.
So let me ask you about, I don't know if this, so for people that are business owners, how important is it for your family to be on board with your vision for what you have for your business? Like something that you're about to put all your time, energy, and monies into, how important is it for your family to be on board? Support you if they can, assist, help out, but just to, you know what, I understand what he's trying to do. I'm gonna help however I can. Like, how important is that?
It's very important because once you become an entrepreneur, a lot of your time and energy is doing that. You'll leave the house early and you'll come in late. And it can feel like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if the family is on board and they understand the vision and understand the dedication to put into it to make it grow, then it's easy. But if you have a family not only understand but is involved in helping the growth happen, growth happens faster.
Okay.
And it's more fun if the family is involved helping in it in whatever capacity that they can help. You know, it makes what you're doing not work.
Okay.
It's fun.
Just following your passion.
Yeah, and we enjoy it because I got my family here and we're running this race together. This is fun.
This is fun.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you I'm not putting your business in the street, but you got a gang of kids.
Yeah.
Do they all cook?
They all cook. In Dale's kitchen, I have a son, Delveto Jr. And
Let me interrupt you. What's with the name Delveto?
Delveto?
Yeah. Do you know how you got that name?
I hear stories about my name. I don't know what to believe or who to believe.
I really think it's because your mom had a thing for the Italian mailman.
Right.
I don't know. That's a very unique name. Have you ever met anybody with the same name?
Nobody.
Nobody.
A Vito, but it's spelled different. But a Delveto, no.
I'm sure there's another because, you know, they're copying you. Anyway, back to your kids. Do they cook?
Yeah, they all cook. They all cook. My daughter, she's in the Navy now, Riel, she went to culinary school, but she could cook.
But she can cook.
My older daughter, Tajane, married, about to have another grandchild. Woo-hoo! She could cook. She cooked very well.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, my son Delveto, he works with me, and Don Vito, he think of the Don chef. Man, he cooked very well.
He's the one that really puts the DEL in delicious?
Yeah, he put the DEL in delicious. The girls like him, the old ladies like him, and it's fun having them there because his passion and what he do. Not only is he a great rapper, he's a cook. Okay. That's all he knows.
He knows how to cook.
Cook. Every job he ever had,
he knows.
Cook.
Okay.
And he's good. So, but it's my responsibility to get his mind into it, business side of it. Because cooking is just like 5%, you know, but it's the other 95% of learning how to establish a business as an entrepreneur to make it successful. You got to know business side of it. Okay. You got to know money. You got to have a vision for the next step you're going to take. You got to understand each step in your business that you want to do it. Even if you start your own business and you're learning as you go along, you still got to grow and learn.
So as you learn, as you grow, from the time you sold selling plates out the kitchen to now, what is something that you could say you learned that has been instrumental to your success?
Save money. No
Save
money. Man, when I started out the house and I'm getting my licenses, when I say I threw money down the drain,
Wow.
I went to DeKalb County to switch over my business license from a chef license to for restaurant, for my restaurant.
Yeah.
So I paid my money. I think I paid $895 to one place. Went over to another desk in the same office, paid like $575. Then went to another desk and paid $3 something. To go back to the first desk for them to tell me, you at the wrong place and we can't give you no refund.
Wow.
I'm like, man.
So you need to know about what it is
before you start.
Before you start.
Know where you need to be, what you need to get, and where you need to go.
So would it help people if they found a mentor or something like that, a consultant, somebody that's familiar with the restaurant business, just say if it's a restaurant, to help them along the way, guide them, hey, these are the legal part that you need to make sure you're aware of and do that before you move forward so you're not wasting your money?
Yeah, another business owner that don't mind helping you. They're not looking for anything. They just want to help.
Why are those so hard to find, though? Like some business owners, like, I'm not telling you what I'm doing.
I don't know. I met one like that. I was in Sam's Club and we talking and he just didn't want to assist. Now, he was in business 23 years and in a sense successful, but didn't want to share no information at all.
How important is it for us? We're not quite the elder statesmen yet, but how is it? It's important for us as people who have done a certain thing and are at a certain point in life to make a way for those behind us.
Right.
Do you know if there's any programs, or do you have like a mentoring program for anybody who wants to learn about the business of owning a restaurant, or even being a chef? Do you have something like that?
I do. I mean, my time daily running into people that want to get into business. I've run into people that enjoy cooking and they consider themselves chef, and I try to offer pointers, but I realize they don't show back up to continue.
So they just want to take the information and run with it.
Run. Or they just take the information and don't do nothing with it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I try to guide.
I'm sorry. This is like sweet potato pie.
Right.
and a little handheld sweet potato pie. This is really good.
Right, with a nice crunchy crust.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, so I try my best as a business owner to help other people that want to get into the restaurant industry type of side of business.
Okay.
To help them with where to go, so they won't waste the money I wasted. Expectations of certain licenses and things that they should really get involved in doing, even if they want a food truck or food trailer. Give them the important aspects and the important guidance of what to do and not to do.
Yeah, I try to do that with people that I meet that say, oh, I want to do this. Well, you need to go here, guide them along the way, especially if they don't know and it's something you've done before. I think that's helpful. The restaurant business is all day, every day. It could be, you're open 5 days a week, but the other 2 days you're preparing for your 5 days a week. So it could easily be 6 days. How do you wind down?
Man, really?
Yeah. Like when you get off work, what do you do?
First thing I do when my restaurant closes at 7. So if the clock strikes 7 and no one's there to keep me at 8:30, I lock the doors and sat down. Literally, I sit down in the restaurant in one of my booths. I may put on some music because I have TVs up for a few minutes, but I'll open a book, one of my books. I got 2 books I'm getting through.
Okay.
So I'll open the book, skim through it, write some notes. I'm a connoisseur of cigars.
Okay.
So I'll light up a cigar and I'll sit there for the next hour, just thinking about my business, it growing where I am, what I need to be doing, what I'm not doing, how stupid am I? Why you get into this mess? But no, I do. Sometimes those thoughts go through my head.
So you have times you feel discouraged, like, I'm shutting this all down?
Yes, and I've been in it 8 years almost. Even after 8 years and still doing it, I get discouraged regularly.
What keeps you going?
I gotta keep going. Quitters never win, and winners won't quit. So I can't quit.
You can't quit.
I can't quit. For me, I can't. Because I'm so surprised and amazed that I'm here doing this, cooking.
Yeah.
And people love it. And I'm like, wow, I ain't doing nothing spectacular to me, but to them, it's different. Okay. So I can't quit. Can't quit on family. I know this is something that even my family and siblings, we've had opportunities to establish. Mm-hmm. So even that, as a Williams, I can't quit on Williams. So I got to keep going.
As you keep going, in your head, what does success for Del's Kitchen look like?
Man, it's not money. It's just, for me now is to have more time with my family.
Okay.
But not to have to worry about money. So if I want to just take a week off and just sit in the backyard in a tent with my family, I could do that. If I want to go to Hawaii, I got the money to do that. Okay. If I want to just go downtown Atlanta and rent a hotel room or something.
Have a little staycation.
Yeah, have a little staycation. I could do that. So my success isn't the $1 million. I want it. Is it the $1 billion? I want it. But just time with my family with no worries or stress.
So you can have the $1 million, you can have the $1 billion.
Yeah.
But what you do with it is the most important thing.
Most important thing.
That's the real value in the money, like what you do with it. Mm-hmm. Do you plan on leaving your restaurants to your family, your kids?
Yes, if they show an interest in it.
If they show an interest.
A successful interest.
Okay.
Because I didn't work hard as I have in this 8 years just to give it to one of my children and they just blow it down. I'd rather give it to someone else. Okay. So the name Del's could be McDonald's.
So you're building your legacy, right. Not so much as this is a good spot to eat.
Right.
But you want it to be synonymous with success, excellence.
The name, yeah.
I got it. What is your favorite dining experience that's most memorable for you? Let me tell you mine.
What?
One of my most favorite dining experiences was pre-Katrina, so that long ago, but pre-Katrina, Emerald's in New Orleans. One of my favorite dining experiences.
Really?
Yeah, that was one of my favorite. But if you go back, it's not the same.
Right.
But I remember that so vividly. Everything about the experience was so amazing. What's yours?
Shoot, I don't know. I've had a few. One is Nava.
Okay.
In Atlanta, years ago though. Like you said, once you went to Emerald, now if you go, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Same thing. I did the same thing.
Oh, you went back?
I went back and I'm like, wow, this is not the same. Food not the same. Just service.
That maintaining that consistency you were talking about.
It's vital. So eating a nice 5-course, bringing things out, experiencing that for the first time. Okay. So it was a good experience.
So if I you have the vibe or the atmosphere, you have service, you have the food, and you have price. Which one is the most important for you?
Food.
The food is most important?
Food.
Okay.
Food, because people will pay for good food.
People will pay for good food.
Yeah, pricing don't matter. Because from my customers, I'm very inexpensive. Mm-hmm. And the food is great. Why aren't you charging more? So that means price ain't the difference. It's the great food. My portions and everything. They say, why?
No, I meant for you personally. Like when you go out to eat. The food is most important?
Yeah, food is important to me. Because if it's good food, I pay the price. I don't care if Samira was butt crazy. That girl just give my food.
I need something different. I need a good vibe and atmosphere, and excellent service. I'm going back.
All the above.
Yeah, just those. If those two things are good, the food and the price, I'm overlook if you had a bad meal or something happened in the kitchen. I can overlook all of that. If your atmosphere is good and your service is outstanding, oh, you got me every time. I'm that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm that guy. And your food could be marginal because everybody, you have employees turnover in the kitchen, so some things might hit someday and not the next. So I'm gonna show a little grace on that. But if you give me good service, you got me.
Yeah. I went to IHOP.
Are they still open? No, I'm just playing.
Yesterday.
Okay.
You made me. It reminded me of vibe and service. Mm-hmm. The vibe in an IHOP. It was nice.
In an IHOP?
Yeah, the lights seemed like they were dimmed and it was just different. I like nice in the
In IHOP?
Yeah, this particular IHOP, it was nice. And a waiter,
Since
she
when
was.
did IHOP have ambiance?
It had some ambiance, the colors on the wallpaper and everything. I like this.
Okay.
But then the food came, topped it off. Food came out in less than 2 minutes of ordering.
Okay.
I was like, wow, this is like impressive. You're nice. The food was good. I'll come back to this.
To that particular
That
IHOP.
particular one.
For your employees, do you train them about that?
Yes, constantly.
Constantly?
Constantly. I had a young lady that I fired. This second time I fired her. For the same reason.
Really?
Both times. Her interaction with customers.
Wow.
But the first time, she went to help a customer take an order. Then she came back in the kitchen and she made a comment about the customer. And I literally stopped doing what I was doing and said, "What you say? That out there acting like she can't hear." So I looked out the window from the kitchen, and this is one of my customers that's been with me since I got started.
Wow.
So I know that customer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what she say? She said this, that, and the other. I'm like, all right, cool. Go home, I'll call you. Literally, just like that. You go home. I'll call you. Felt kind of bad months later, called her back because things was going on in her life. And she wasn't in the restaurant 2 hours.
Same thing.
Same thing. I fired her in front of a lobby full of people. And my firing is, you go home. No, you fired. No, you go home, I'll call you. And I'll call you once I'm closed. And she was like, you gonna send me my money? I was like, I paid a double cash. Get out here. Bye.
Wow.
So yeah, the way you treat customers is vital. And I teach all my employees that. But moreover, I be an example of it.
Okay.
So coming in and out. If you want to learn, watch me.
Do you think it's hard for businesses, no matter what type of business, the owner of the company, they're going to bring their morality, how they go about everything to the company, and that's going to set the culture for the business. How do those businesses get those customers that come from everywhere, and modern day employees would be considered different than way back when? Like, so how do you get them to, like, okay, this is what we're going to do, especially if you're a person and you got kind of an old school mentality and you have a modern new age kind of employee. So this is what we do. This is what's important to me. You need to get on board with what I'm doing, and it's your company.
Well, I mean, for a business owner, who you hire is important.
So you can weed them out right there.
Oh yeah, you weed them out before you let them get in.
Okay.
You weed them out before you let them, and you can locate someone in an interview or just conversation.
Okay.
Learning how to interview someone properly, so you can locate how they are. I have a young lady that I'm mentoring, and she comes in sometimes just to help wash dishes and do stuff. But the great thing about her, I'm not paying her.
Okay.
But she sees something that needs to be done, even helping a customer. Boom, she on it. because she's watchful. She's watched me and my son move and do certain things. So she picks it up quickly. And she was with me one day for a whole day. And I'm like, yo, can you stay?
Did you want to hire her full time? Do you want to hire her full time?
Yes, but she got things that she need to iron out.
Okay.
She has children and the time restraint for those things. But yeah, but I do help her. She still comes certain days a week just to help out.
Just to help.
Yeah, but she's great. She just fall into place. She know what to do. You don't have to tell her do this, go here, don't say that. Even though she got the deep southern, I don't know how you call it, that Atlanta.
She got a southern accent.
She got a southern accent.
Southern drawl.
Yeah, and it's deep. Yeah, okay. But she's great.
She's great.
She's great. She know how to shut it on and shut it off.
Give me a couple things that's the I would say pros and cons. Some of the best things about owning a restaurant and some of the ones that are not so good.
One we just talked about, employees.
Which one is that, the pros or the cons?
That's the con. The con. Big con.
Okay.
Now, because of the way things are going now, for people to work, they could Uber, they could be at home and do stuff. So to find good employees that want to work, that's the con. That's the hard part.
Okay.
You know, the pros for me in my business is my current customer base and my growing customer base that has a clear understanding of lack of help in the restaurant. You know, you could go to any restaurant and they short-staffed.
Yeah.
Because of employees and people not wanting to work. But my customer, they still come and they'll wait. You know, and they'll tell me, yo, we'll wait for good food.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Do you think it's the employees don't want to work, or they are just as selective about where they will work as the employers are who they will hire? So, you know, if I'm looking for a job, and now we have work at homes and Ubers, and I can drive, like different things. Mm-hmm. I can be very selective about where I work. I don't have to go to the office for a 9 to 5. Do you think that's part of the reason why people are selective? And, you know.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
What's available to the employers, like, this is all that's left, and this is who wants to come in, but you're going to sink my business if I hire you. So everybody's in a tough spot.
Right. To select what's right or comfortable, or who pays the most, or what's the easiest, you know, to do. So both, they got their same lane of being selective.
Okay. More pros.
Oh man,
Is it true that people that own restaurants make a lot of money?
No.
Come on, I heard y'all balling.
No, people in the restaurant business, depending on your restaurant, you can make money.
You can make money.
You can, but not that lot of money thing? No. Unless you have 4 or 5 and got them in its right location and they just blowing up. Your customer service, your ambience, the other things that you offer outside of food makes a difference. Keep people coming.
Okay.
You know, you can have a live band and you can have burnt French fries. But the live band get people in there.
Okay.
In the name of that band. And people still order those French fries.
They order the burnt French fries.
They order burnt French fries. I just had 5 tequilas and I need some French fries.
They order fries and the drinks.
All right.
Just to see the band Crispy Grits.
Exactly. Right. So you can make a lot of money depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it.
Okay. Okay, so you don't make a lot of money. Why do you stay? The passion. You just love it.
Yeah, just the passion, love it, you know. I mean, I make money. I don't make, I won't wait. I'm not making what I know I will be making in the next 2 years if I keep going.
If you keep going. Okay.
Yeah, if I keep going. And not only just having my one location as a business owner, even as a restaurant, you got to think of your next venture.
So you plan on opening a second location or doing something else in food service?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's where I think the make money going to really begin to happen. My next venture. While this venture is still
While it's still going.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. So tell me something about Del or Del's Kitchen that I don't know. Tell me something I don't know.
Shoot. Del's that you don't know.
That I don't know.
Del.
I know your middle name, so don't tell me that.
Well, Del is #1 on Google.
What do you mean?
When you look me up in my reviews
Okay.
in this area, I'm top on Google in reviews. That's where a lot of my customers come from. Even out of town, I have a lot of out of towners every day. So they'll look up food in the area and read the reviews. They'll be like, you know your score on your review score on Google? I like, no, tell me. And I should do better by keeping up and reading it. Because you got a few people say what they say. So, but
Oh yeah, your name did pop up. Okay.
I'm good.
I mean, I didn't say he was lying in that. I'm just saying.
No. I tell people, I'm like, look me up. Just put up Dale. I'm going to come up first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good on Google. What else? You know I'm not a certified chef.
So you're self-taught?
I'm self-taught. Never
So-
been to culinary school.
We did. We went to the Culinary Institute of Louise.
Yeah.
Where we honed our skills.
Right. Yes, exactly. What else? I don't know. And about Del's Kitchen. You know, that's it. You know, I've been in business going on 8 years.
And if you got a good idea, you'll try it on the menu. If somebody's got a good idea,
If somebody got a good idea, I'll try it on the menu. Like these soul rolls. These soul rolls.
They might see that soon.
You may see it coming up real soon. A lunch item. Only on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Soul rolls! Right.
You have theme music for them too?
I'm going to have theme music. You're going to open that front door, it's going to go... Soul roll! Yeah, soul roll menu day.
Okay.
And yeah, this is great.
Yeah, this is actually very tasty. How's your social media presence?
Not where it should be.
Okay.
Not where it should be. And that's another thing as a business owner, knowing what you need done and getting it done. You know, finances as a entrepreneur can be a big issue.
Yeah.
But if you want to get that issue out the way, you got to have money set aside to get those things done.
Okay. So when it comes to the restaurant business, we're gonna end this soon. So when it comes to the restaurant business, be as informed as you possibly can.
Big time.
And that's going to be the most helpful tool in every area.
In every area. Because if you fall down, being informed, you can get back up real quick.
Keep learning.
Yeah, keep learning.
Keep learning about your business. Stay up to date with all of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So where can people find you?
You can find me at 7173 Covington Highway, Suite 13 in Stonecrest, Georgia.
Stonecrest, Georgia.
Yeah, I'm inside a little mini mall. I'm across from a Quick Trip gas station.
Don't shout them out. Don't give them no love, but they'll find you.
Right.
That's the address.
Right.
Where can they find you on social media?
Del's Kitchen 1. Del's
Website,
Kitchen
okay.
Cater. Del'sKitchenCatering.com.
Do you cater for all sizes of groups?
Yes, I do. I do. All sizes of groups, anything. You can call me and I'm there for you.
If you don't do it, he's like, I don't do that.
Right.
Okay.
There's certain things I don't do.
Okay.
But majority of the stuff, as far as menu stuff, if I don't do it, I got somebody that will do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a circle of friends that.
Circle of chefs that make it happen. Y'all help one another.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, listen, I'm so glad that my brother stopped by to have lunch with me and make these fantastic soul rolls. And as always, my goal is to share good people, some good food while having good conversation. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll see you next time.